Making sure everything's good to go. And muted where necessary. Right. Sometimes when I have like my own stream going in the background, then just is not muted, and then I don't want an echo going on the stream. So anyway, hello everybody. Happy Friday, or whatever day it is when you're watching this. Playing some more Legacy D&T today. Same list as Tuesday. I don't think I want to make any substantial changes. Still like vaguely want Priest in the sideboard, Tamer Priest, but I think it's just like too narrow right now. As much as I like the card, I like the concept of the card, and I like having that like tool in the toolbox, it's a very valuable sideboard space slot, which can be used for much more relevant things. Anyway, let's get this started. There's also the second Brightling. Thanks for the good luck. Yeah, we're playing Legacy today, Lomer boy. Did we 4-1 on Tuesday when I played this deck? I'll probably stay here. Yeah, we 4-1 this. This is when we played against EW Landon when we were both 3-1 and he was on that like totally nonsense deck. I guess when you have 41 trophies, you just kind of like decide to play whatever the fuck you want for fun. They also like 2-0'd Lisette when he was. If it wasn't for Jerry, I wouldn't know Worlds was this weekend. Yeah, actually same. I saw rumblings on Twitter about Worlds in the past week or so. Everyone's like, "Oh, I'm excited for Worlds." So I knew it was like soon, but I definitely didn't know the actual weekend until the big tweet, and then like I'm just not gonna watch it. Also, I wasn't gonna watch it before Jerry because like garbage formats and Legacy SCG going on, but now I'm definitely not gonna watch it. Limited, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, it is Dominaria limited, right? So it's actually like a pretty good limited format from what I heard. I'm not a big limited guy myself, but I heard Dominaria was really good. But it's also very old, and people have kind of moved on. Guilds of Ravnica's right around the corner, and then for some reason they didn't do that as the limited format. And then they're doing Standard that's dead in a week. Just, I don't know, a lot of not great decisions. Ooh, are the leagues end next week? I guess we're sitting at 4 trophies. I think I got all 4 of these trophies within like the first month or so that this league was open, and then just like didn't get another trophy after that. I mean, I was definitely on more of a tear, I guess. My win rate has steadily dropped a little bit. I was up at like 72%, and now I'm at 66. As the format is kind of fleshed out, there's more Grixis now, which is definitely a rough matchup. But all right. Sand is pretty decent. We have Violent Port and Mom, so we're not going to pass up on it. This Battle Skull's kind of garbage. We can always tutor up a Stoneforge with this Recruiter if we want. I stand with Charity. Same. Took some... That was like a really big thing that Jerry did. That's insane. And I hope that, like, stuff actually comes out of it. Well, this force is going to be force pitching days, so probably Delver of some sort. This force is going to be a little bit potent, because we kind of want a third land for our many things, but at least we can just cast Mom next turn. And they're down to force and a days. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to make that statement within, like, hours. They needed to... Oh, Death Shadow. Okay, cool. Probably take the Mom now? Well, I'm going to port them if they take the Mom, but... They might take Crusader because it's very hard for them to deal with. Yeah, it's hard to make it, like, an actual statement with something that big. It was just, like, kind of a, we're aware of it. Please, like... They have random in the deck. Take Mom. They might be, like, on the reanimate my Mom plan. Ooh, that's a decent top deck. Kind of want to play this more than porting them, although porting them seems really good here. But there's no guarantees that we're going to actually hit a third land drop next turn, so we need to develop this Vial. Sure what they did here. I heard the rumors of what they did. I don't know if there's anything confirmed yet, but that's, like, a pretty big deal if it's accurate. They like just took someone and then put them in Jerry's draft pod rather than just like randomly redistributing it. It's like the pairings weren't totally random or anything. Well, that's a pretty good draw. Yeah. Again, I can't port them, but I should probably just kill this before they have a chance to, I don't know, like have a stubborn denial or a daze or something. They need exactly force here. We should get this off the table. No point. I guess there's kind of value in waiting around, because you could like plow it after they've gained more life. Yeah, exactly. The pod they got that by is not random, which is a big deal. Probably trying to find a Thoughtseize before I can put this Crusader. Well, even if they Thoughtseize this, though, we can always recruit a Crusader. So yeah, this is the punishment for, like, plowing the Death Shadow then, but we still have this Crusader coming down the pipeline to stop this. Which I think I'm just going to slam here. They need, like, daze or force. And then if they do daze or force this, then we... Okay, they do have daze. Then we can just Violent Recruiter, and then do another Crusader. It's fine. If they know my whole hand, I can just F6. If they, like, him me or Thoughtseize me, then we're in pretty bad shape. But them's the breaks. The Gurmag, jeez. Opponent has a lot of threats, which is definitely how you lose this matchup. Thalia is not particularly good right now. Opponent has one card in hand. It's got to be like exactly days to beat. I mean, I'm not like the issue is that my opponent can now clock me with this Delver, so I can't hold down the fort particularly well. But yeah, we'll just jam Recruiter. Go get another Crusader. Could get like Flicker Wisp. Maybe that's like the only way we win. Block Death Shadow, Flicker. No, we need Crusader to stabilize. If we like draw a Wisp, we might have a chance. I guess Flickers might not actually be bad. Because we could like block Shadow with the Recruiter. Although then we also can't block the Delver. So we just take a bunch. But then we might be able to stabilize with Crusader after that, but I think we have a lot of decent draws at beating an Insectal Aberration versus like the rest of this board. Also, if they attack with everything, we can just double block the Gurmag, killing it, and then we have the Crusader to try to clean up the Death Shadow. Or like to stonewall the Death Shadow, I suppose. We take 9 though, go to 5, and we have 2 turns to kill this. Alternatively, take 3, go to 11, and then... So if I, like, block, I go to 11, but they have all this on the board, and if I attack them down to 3, they'll have more than lethal on board. So I think my better bet is to just take the Gurmag off the table right now. And then, no, I have 2 turns to find an answer to this aberration. And I might be able to raise. They only have 1 card left in hand, so we could, like, attack with Crusader, then play Thalia and hope that gets us there. Depending on what we draw. That's not a bad one. Because now we can Prelate on 1 to beat, like, Fatal Push on my Thalia for lethal. And we can just try to lethal them with this Crusader, plus some trump blocks. Sick. Got there. It's looking a little bit dicey, but the Prelate was a good draw. We just need to draw like most of the most of the 3s in our deck would have put us in a really good spot. Opponent's a little bit salty. Opponent says, "Wow, stellar draws." How do I side? I'm totally forgot how I sideboard for this matchup. I haven't played against it in a decent bit. Chalice's Paths, Councils, and then like Recruiter and Relic Order. And Relic Order is okay. Recruiter's generally just like too slow, and having X1s in the Dread of Night matchup isn't great. I usually just try to shave down X1s post boards, like shave Thalia's mom's Flicker Wisps, possibly Recruiter. Where's Gideon? We're playing Cataclysms instead, Lorne Boy. Cataclysm's way better against Grixis, and probably Miracle, and definitely Miracles, I think. It's away for 2 minutes. Yeah, we won. We cast Recruiter, grabbed Mirror Crusader. My opponent attacked with everything. We double blocked the Gurmag Angler to kill it, and we took like a bunch from the Death Shadow plus the Delver. But we were at 5, and then the Death Shadow, or the Delver, or the Crusader was 2-turn lethal because they were at 7. We found like Thalia plus Sanctum Prelate to chump block the Death Shadow. As much as I love Gideon, Lomer Boy, I think Cataclysm is just like a way better place to be right now. Anyway, shave Moms, shave Thalia's. Probably just cover. Recruiter's really good to find Crusader though. Like recruiting Crusader is super relevant. Or something like that. Just cut like a bunch of random X1 creatures. There's a chance I'm supposed to be bringing these Relic Orders. Or this relic order, I guess, because I can also snipe like ratchet bombs or whatever other things they have, but I think I'm mostly fine with this. Yeesh. This hand's a little ugly. This hand's really good. Like, we have a lot of the tools we need, but also none of my hand is castable. They counter this. I think on the play I might keep this. On the draw I don't think I am, because now this vial gets hit by Daze and Force and Thoughtseize, and then our hand is just unkeepable. Alright, that's a much better hand. Now we have a lot of very good cards. Do I want this? I don't think so. I guess maybe. So if my opponent Thoughtseizes me, I think they might take Chalice. I think I kind of do want this. I want to be able to like cast this Recruiter ahead of schedule if I need to. If we can get this Chalice down before they have a threat, or like if we plow their one threat then Chalice them. Do nothing. That's good for me. We can try to lock them out of all of their threats that aren't Gurmag Angler, and then just rely on Recruiter for like Mirror Crusader to beat that. So it looks like we're getting dazed, but that's life. If this is getting dazed, that means our Chalice isn't getting dazed. They slam like a Death Shadow, though, or a Delver next turn, I probably have to just plow it. I can't just let it stick around, and getting the plow out of my hand before I Chalice on one is also a pretty relevant thing to do. Oh, I didn't change my deck list, sorry. There we go. Should be the right deck list now on Stream Decker. It's a hefty Brainstorm tank. You only really have to put back one card here, right? Because they're just going to draw the next card in their draw step, so it's like, what's the worst card in your hand? Put it on the top. Shuffle away. Unless they just, like, bricked on lands. I don't know. We're not disconnected. We're still good. This is just a really long brainstorm, I guess. Really brainstorming. There we go. Alright, resolve. That's cool. Delver. Alright. Ooh, another Chalice. Interesting. Yeah, we're just gonna Swords to Plowshares here. I'm gonna wait, though. I'd actually, like, rather them flip this Delver. They gain more life. If they, like, try to play Death Shadow or something here. They reveal Ponder, sure. Not like they're going to have like access to many counter spells here that are relevant that they wouldn't have while they were tapped out. If they somehow still have whatever that thing is, that the Force Spike negate, Stubborn Denial, then it's not even triggered. Like they're not even triggering Ferocious, so it doesn't matter. I can still pay for a Force Spike or a Daze. If they have Force, and this thing's still countered regardless. I think they could cast Gurmag after this. Am I concerned about that? I'm going to take 3. I'm a little bit concerned about them playing a Gurmag Angler here. Oop. let's go Chalice of the Void. The old Swords of Plowshares, Chalice of the Void combo. We even have Revoker to beat a Lily the Last Hope. And then next turn we can take up Vile to get to Recruiter territory. We're going to recruit a Crusader or something to beat a Gurmag, which is the only threat they can cast currently until they deal with a Chalice. And then we also have follow-up Chalice after that. Yeah, if they have Ratchet Bomb. Oh, no, wait, hang on. Actually... actually... this comes in real handy right here. Ratchet Bomb. Solid name. Aw, snuff out. That's rude. I guess. Now we have to cast our second Chalice. Little baby Death Shadow. But it can get pretty big. It goes up to a 5/5 with this fetch land. Now I think I just want to cast Recruiter of the Guard for Mirren Crusader. Again, I could grab Flicker Wisp. That's definitely tempting, but I'm going to grab Crusader. Going to just Chalice in the future. The only issue now is keeping this Crusader through a Diabolic Edict. That's gross. Maybe I should have played the Chalice. I didn't want to play the Chalice and then just get Thoughtseize, though, and then just die to this Death Shadow that's in play. Was my main... I guess, never mind. Chalice doesn't get Thoughtseized. Get, like, hymned. Maybe there's a... Definitely overthinking that a little bit. Forgot that Chalice actually just turns off the Thoughtseize. Alright, well, at least they don't have Edict yet. They're desperately trying to find one, I would imagine, because this Crusader just brick walls their Death Shadow right now. Maybe I'm supposed to put this Chalice on 2. Although, they could always second Dread of Night as well. I also can't put it on 2 if they Wasteland me. Decision Ring for also just not putting it in yet. Let's draw a 3-drop. Not a 3-drop. Could put it on 2 again, but they have like some of our Diabolic Edicts and some number of Dread of Nights still in their deck, so I think this does better job on 1 right now. Considering we're kind of sitting at parity here. Not attacking. Hard to win a race against a Death Shadow. Slam the Chalice and race it. I don't think I can race with 2 damage a turn versus their 5. Like, I attack, their thing gets a 5/5, puts me to 12. I attack, their thing's now a 7/7. I'm just, like, losing on board. I'll race if I think that I'm going to win the race. Oh, they have second Ratchet Bomb. They might try to, like, take it up to 3 to beat this or something, but I don't know. Ooh, that's pretty good. Now maybe we'll race. Now maybe we will race. didn't tick up the Ratchet Bomb, but they also didn't blow up the... I guess they don't need to blow up the Chalice, because it could be turning off my plows. They'll blow up the Chalice at their leisure if they want to cast a 1. Get him. Opponent continues to be salty. Says unreal. That is a good luck in the rest of my matches. So, good on them. Good on them being respectful. They weren't like berating me as a player. They were just berating my top decks, which is fine. We did draw well. Drawing that second Crusader was very good. Although they also had 2 Ratchet Bombs to beat my 2 Chalices, so like, life's life. It's a good emote. Do like bruise emotes. Where's Blue Black Shadow? There we go. One game, 1 and 2. Easy peasy. The matchup is very good for this deck. Especially the game 1s. Like, the game 1s are pretty good to win. As long... Like, if they get very threat-heavy, like my opponent did that game 1, it gets a lot, like, closer. It gets a lot scarier. Oh, I didn't even see your post. D&T's been pretty good, Tim. Well, we're at like a 66% win rate right now, 66.43 with 143 matches so far. Deck felt really good since like the Deathrite banning, just in general. It's a little rough against Grixis, but making headway. 3 Crusader, 2 Cataclysm on the board. But I feel we're really good in most of the rest of the matchups. Yeah, definitely an uphill battle for Shadow. Post board, they definitely get a lot more tools than we do, but the main deck is just very, very good against what they're doing. Sand sucks, obviously. Sand also sucks, but on a 6. Opponent will get into 6 too, but I think this is keepable on a 6. We have like Recruiter, Ballista, Port. We have stuff. Brightling, ooh. Oh, it's so unfortunate I want Ballista. Brightling's been okay. It's just... there's one Brightling in the deck. I kind of wanted to fit in a second, because it's really good against Miracles, but it's not super great against Grixis. Because of, Baleful Strix. But it's still a very good card, especially if you're trying to respect Miracles in the meta. It's Static. Oh god, playing against Burn. I've seen so much Burn online recently. I don't know what's up, but I've played against Burn in like probably more than half my leagues in the past 2 weeks. I mean, I'm glad I kept the Stoneforge on top, and then we have a Brightling in our hand, but yeah, I guess I just Stoneforge for GT, because the Stoneforge is probably not going to live. Sand is definitely one that can lose to Burn if we don't find more. Like, I just want to draw, like, back-to-back planes, honestly. Or, like, a Thalia wouldn't be a bad top deck. What the? Oh, this is Blue-Red Delver. Alright, this is a little bit different. But not much. Yeah. It was a pretty slow day at work for me, too. Burn players used to be D&T retired listen to Grixis. Yeah, I imagine Price Progress is real strong. Like, how do you ever beat... I guess Miracle is also just very slow, so if they can't counterbalance you out, then you can just eventually draw enough Burn to swing at their face. It's like Blue-White in... as soon as it's going at this, yeah. Like Blue-White versus Burn in Modern. Well, if we were getting Price of Progress, we're probably boned, but plan looks like I'm going to play Ballista on 2 to beat a Monastery Swim Spear right now. And just, am I recruiting something? Recruiting Sanctum Prelate that I can't cast? I'm less concerned about my life total, because Blue Red Delver is, like, less all about slinging burn at your face. They definitely sling a lot of burn at your face, but... Could also just, like, Wasteland them and play Ballista on 1, but... Doesn't seem exceptional. What'd they do with the Ponder? They did not shuffle. Maybe I do Ballista on 1, because that gives me the ability to, like, GT plus equip it next turn. I guess the Soda's playing Recruiter, though. Yeah, I guess we'll just run out Recruiter. Grabbing something. Do I grab Stoneforge? I guess I could just, like, daze this. Apparently I'm at my 3 months up. I don't see my announcement. Huh. Oh, sometimes, like, the sub badge changes, like a day before your thing pops up or something. Because it'll keep track of, like, the 3 months since you last subscribed, but sometimes when you hit, like, the resub button or whatever, it'll be, like, a couple days after you actually subscribed in the first month. Yeah. I forgot that, like, they are actually just playing dazes sometimes, so this recruiter might just not resolve, but that's pretty fine with me. Try to Ballista on 2 next turn, perhaps, depending on what they do. Alright, so the Tarn tells me that they have... Oh, yeah, definitely we're gonna... Thraben creature. Your Thraben Standard Bearer. Static. Now we're gonna hope for no second day so we can ping this Delver and then... There's a chance maybe I'm supposed to play it for 1 just to kill the Delver instead and then play Mom after. Play around second days. Or like a Force. Force, pitching Storm Chaser Mage, sure. So the last card in the hand is Volcanic Island, so we can actually maybe survive. But if this flips, we need to be able to connect with this GT really fast. Wait, is that last card Volcanic Island? Did they cast a Brainstorm? No, they didn't. Last card in their hand is Volk. Drew another Delver, so that's pretty horrifying. Would love to draw another white source and just run out of Brightling. Nope. So they're protecting their Volk from Wasteland here. Would I rather port them or just play the GT now? I think play the GT now. They don't have that many 3s. I only get punished if they top deck like True Name Nemesis, right? Or like cantripping into stuff. So maybe that's a reason to port. You could draw like Brainstorm into nonsense. And I'd rather like deploy second Mother of Runes. If I'm just chucking this one into the void to get GT counters next turn, yeah, I think I'd rather deploy the GT. If they draw like Pop, I'd be able to like Wasteland myself and still connect with this Mom or something. We just need to dodge Bolt, which is hard to do because they could hit like a cantrip into a Bolt or just the Bolt. Ooh, they missed. Ooh, what do they draw then? Another creature then? Storm Chaser or Swift Spirit Delver? I guess they could have drawn a land too. I'm not blocking this Delver if it attacks. Yeah, sure, hit me. Am I supposed to Wasteland this Volk now? Play around like True Name? Because it looked like they were about to cast something, but then they were like, wait, let me attack first. And it's not a... like, it could be another Delver, in which case I don't care. Sulfuric... I mean, maybe, but like... I think I'm supposed to Wasteland here, right? Next turn I can just equip to Stone Fort, or equip to Mom and still play the second Mom. I'll Wasteland that. And then not block. Yeah. Wasteland not changing the plan is like the biggest draw for me to do that. Unless they, like, didn't... Yeah, there's no reason they wouldn't flip. You get to play second mom. Yeah, we just kill these Delvers. Don't want to let them flip. Sick. We won that game. That was definitely a good like miss on that Delver. I don't know what they drew, but if they had flipped those Delvers, it definitely would have been more of an uphill battle. We'd have taken 4 more that turn, gone to 6, right? And then we'd only been able to ping off 1. Then we'd have this in play versus Insect Aberration plus Swift Spear. And then that's really risky, because then if they draw a Bolt, they can just, like, attack with Insect Aberration plus Bolt me to death. Yeah, so them missing on that Delver flip was definitely very pivotal for me. Alright, I think this is probably a Chalice matchup. Maybe it's an Ethersworn matchup. This deck kind of plays like Burn with a lot of its draws. Revoker sucks. They generally, like, sometimes they'll have Lava Mancer out of the board, but you have removal for that. Recruiter's just gonna be too slow, and, like, Mirren Crusaders are bad. Prelate, no, get back here. I could buy Ethersworn over, like, a Crusader or a Recruiter. This looks pretty fine. Yeah, I'll go with that. Ethersworn not at its best in this matchup, but some of their hands definitely play out like Burn hands. So having just like a 2/2 is fine. Man, this hand is very medium. I think it's like just medium enough to keep it, though. Both Mother of Ruins and Flicker Wisp and Vial are all very powerful cards. We have Rashadenport to mess with them on turn 2 as well, and if they have a non-basic, we can snipe it. I think I'm going to keep this, but I wouldn't fault people for shipping this hand. It's definitely on, like, the lower end of keepable. Oh, never mind, it got way better. I can, like, daze this, just jam Thalia next turn or something. If they don't daze it, we can either jam Thalia or port them next turn, depending on what's going on. Sometimes lucky, exactly. This is like a young Peasy. Storm Chaser, fucking deal. This is so much less horrifying. God, this card is... Play it safe in port. Yeah, especially with the Caracas in my hand, I kind of just want to play it safe in port. It also lets me, like, port down their possibly only red source, so they can't just, like, bolt my mom. We're under very little pressure, so it's not a huge deal. There's also an option of porting their blue, but they probably have some number of bolts in their hand, and I'd like to untap with this mom, if at all possible. So we'll at least go for it. Smash my Vial, rude. Wish I had cast a Thalia, but obviously not always gonna have that on the mind. Alright, so they don't have a bolt, or else they would have just, like, land bolted for an extra damage here. They don't have a land. That makes sense when they fetched basic then. And now we can just play Caracas Thalia. Don't really need to leave Caracas up because we have this active mom now. Get wrecked by, like, a Sulfur Elemental. But that's life. We do want a land up to play around days, so... We'll have Flicker Wisp to attempt to combat a Storm Chaser Mage. Or just like Thalia plus Port can put them out of this game if they can't cast spells. Nope, third land. 2 mana Brainstorm, deal. It's much better than them Sulfur Elementaling me. I don't even think this deck plays Sulfur Elemental. I'd be a little surprised. Probably just jamming Wisp here. I could also jam Wisp and flicker one of my lands to still port them. Which seems fine. Because I don't really need to leave this Crocs up to defend Thalia, because I have this Mom. And we are taking a decent chunk of damage from the Storm Chaser now. Does this deck have plenty of game? I've never really had a lot of bad luck against Blue-Red Delver. It always has felt like one of the much safer Delver variants for Death and Taxes. Not the best draw. But they can't all be the best. We've drawn a lot of good cards in a row. Mono red or like mono red burn, like it's better than burn or Rug Delver against us. Maybe. I mean, probably better than burn. I don't know about better than Rug Delver. I mean, I guess we don't have like haymakers like Rest in Peace turning off most of their deck. Rug Delver is a pretty great matchup. Oh, Moon Stompy. Okay, yeah. We're talking about that mono red deck. Yeah, that deck is like, or Turbo Depths are like the god tier matchups. Still playing really heavily into like some sort of X1 hate that they might have. Like if they have Electrickery or that one drop sorcery speed Electrickery, but we get really horribly hurt by that. But probably just Purr the Flicker Wisp to block the Storm Chaser if they do that. And then, like, deploy a new Thalia. Or just, like, play Equip GT. But Blazing Volley, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I don't know why Burn's everywhere. It's been, like, been seeing a lot of Monastery Swiftspears online recently. I heard some people talking about, like, how Burn's in one of the best positions it's been in Legacy right now because there's, like, so little combo. Just bolt my face. Wait, bolt their own face? This bolt is targeting their own face, right? Like, I'm not crazy? This bolt is literally targeting themselves? Oh no, this is targeting Mother of Runes. There we go. That makes more sense. Moto interface almost murdered me there. It is targeting the mom, as it says over here. That makes a lot more sense. Let's just do a Zombardment. So that's I've never played against Zombardment. I would be so bad in that matchup because I just have absolutely no idea what the fuck's going on. I don't know if it's well positioned, but it's definitely the best positioned it's been in a while because of the lack of combo. You have like second bolt here. Blazing Volley just totally wrecked me. Yes. Switch to the light side. Last go. And we take like 2 more here. Thumbs the brakes. If we get this Etherthorn Canonist down, it really prevents them from like dealing with that mom very favorably. Zombardment. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I can like bolt something else. I can't do anything, opponent. You can bolt my Flicker Wisp or my Thalia if you want. I'll take bolt my face. Put me to 6. I just brainstorm, sure. The magic that is zombies. I've never played against it, so it'd be nice to practice against it. Just so I'm at least a little bit familiar with the matchup. I've literally never played against it or seen it played at all. Yeah, I'm happy that like these decks like Blue Black Shadow and like the 5-color humans deck that has started to catch on too, are like these decks exist in Legacy or are starting to exist because they're easier to build without reserveless cards. You need like 1 UC, or humans has like nothing. And it makes the format more accessible for people that don't want to fork over 2K on duels. Oh, Streamlabs is not loaded. Oh, dang, Romario Vidal. Thanks for the host. Hello, hello to everyone. I hope your stream went well. And welcome to my channel. We're primarily a Death and Taxes stream here. We play a lot of Legacy, a little bit of Modern, but Legacy is my child. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the 40 Duels tournament in a few weeks. Anyway, back to this game. Probably just Ethersworn. Ethersworn plus. Let's attack first. I don't think I can attack with Flicker Wisp. Plus, with Ethersworn down, we can actually block with Flicker Wisp pretty reasonably. Tybalt the Fiend-Blooded, thanks for the follow. Oh, geez, a lot of follows. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to actually make plays. Alucard TCM, Luciano Gurna, and then Tybalt the Fiend-Blooded. Thanks for the follows, everybody. I really appreciate it. That should be the third one, yeah. All those follows. So, what? Ethersworn Mom Wasteland? I don't hate that. It's like, gonna get absolutely demolished by their Sulfur Elemental, but they don't. I mean, they would have played one last turn for sure. Don't think. I would not. It's not even a common card in these decks. So. Anyway. So now we're pretty well set up, because we actually just block this Storm Chaser Mage safely now that we have Ethersworn in play. Because if they cast a spell to pump it, then we can use Mom to pro-red the Flicker Wisp to prevent it from dying. And if they cast a spell before they attack, then we can just obviously use the Mother of Runes without being concerned. We are pretty soft to like some of the whatever red-based hate they have, like an Electrickery or something. But now we have an X2 as well, so we're less soft to that. We just pro-red the Wisp. Keep an Ethersworn and a Wisp, and we have like GT and a follow-up Thalia and stuff. So we're pretty good in this position. The only danger is just getting bolted out, I think. They have 4 cards, and we're at 9, which is pretty risky. They like pop me for 4. Don't think you're supposed to keep in pop in this matchup, but I've been wrong before. So this is at my face, yeah. So this is their new plan. I have to admit, I love the title of your stream. Thanks. The Jerry T controversy was going strong, and I'm happy to lend my aid in taking people away from watching Worlds right now. So now we can just block this. Yeah, they're just not going to attack. Not the best draws in the world. We do have to watch out of them just casting a spell here, right? They just have a 2/4 to block, and we have to use a Mom. So I don't think attacking is super profitable here. They have to have a Brainstorm, but yeah, I don't know. Also, don't know why they tapped red there. They could like bluff a lot more stuff if they kept up red blue. We have 2. Yeah, we have 2 Moms, so we could. But like, is the damage worth it, right? Because I already can't attack with the Thalia, and the Ethersworn just can't attack into this because they can just block and nothing happens. So I think it's just GT pass, and hopefully I don't get bolted out of this game. Because if we just connect with GT, we should win. We could get smashed. That would hurt a lot, but I think this GT is the main way we're winning this game. They already smashed me once. They do have 3 cards in hand. It just didn't. They can only cast 1 thing per turn. We're slamming. I could daze this too. But again, these are cards that are beatable. Like, we're not dead to them, we're just concerned of getting bolted out of this game, which is a real concern, which means we need to gain life or end the game quickly. Yeah, I think... Oh, wow, they're letting it resolve? Just use them on proactively to get through a Storm Chaser? That's a possibility. I thought about it, like, if they had countered this GT, then that's a line. I don't know if it's a line if they don't counter this GT. What's our power? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can't quite set up lethal if we attack with, like, one thing. I guess, yeah, they can't cast two. Yeah, Mother Rune's is only going to be good if they have, like, a sweeper or something. So I could just, like, pro blue Aethersworn or whatever and attack. I guess protect the Thalia, because it doesn't really matter. Yeah, the only thing we're concerned is with, like, just bolt into bolt. Or Sulfur Elemental, again. Still losing that card, but that's life. So they did have the Brainstorm. Important to note. They have Bolt into Bolt, or, like, they can't... Or Smash into Land Bolt or something like that. But there's nothing we could have done about that. Besides, like, not play the GTA into a Smash, but I think we have better odds of winning the game by playing this GTA out. And crossing our fingers. Alright. There are definitely a series of red cards we are dead to, and it looks like we're just getting bolted out of this game. Yeah. We're not dead yet, but my opponent could easily just be, like, slow rolling me. But I feel like they would want to play around Plow, right? And not slow roll me here, but whatever. What do we equip to? Just Thalia? Attack with it? Could play Thalia, attack with... Or equip it. No. Don't think it really matters what I equip it to. We're either dead or not. Okay, yeah. We're just getting slow rolled. Sure. They're gonna smash the GTA and kill me. They're gonna bolt me or what? Fire Blast, maybe? What are they trying to... Yeah, there we go. Fire Blast. Yeah. Them's the breaks. Seemed weird that they, like, let me untap, though. If I had, like, just drawn Plow, I would not have equipped the GTA, and I would have just left up a Plow to survive that. The slow roll there seems like they could easily lose them the game. Now we're on the play for game 3, and it should be pretty easy. If all goes well. Yeah, exactly. The slow roll there seems super loose. Just draw one of our 4 sources of plowshares and then totally punish them. Are they on Pop or Wastelands? They have a Wasteland game 1. I don't think they did. I think they should probably be boarding out Pop if they were on it. I don't think I saw Wasteland game 1. That's why bad players are my best matchup. Yeah, bad players are a great matchup. Especially with a deck like D&T, because D&T can, like, punish people so hard for making, like, very minutely bad decisions like that. D&T is very good at punishing, like, the ton of micro decisions that happen through a given game. But now we should be fine for game 3. Hopefully. Fingers crossed and all that. Ish. This hand is exceptionally risky against Smash to Smithereens deck. I don't think I'm going to keep. Also, like, a lot of our cards still don't matter with a Vial online, like a Brightling or a Path Exile. We need white mana. Better 6s. God. These are the type of 6s that I lose with. But 6 on the play. 1-lander. My opponent molded to 6, though. Which is very good if we hit a second land in, like, 2 draws. I think this is a keep. 22 lands left on my deck. Plains on top, easy. I'll take it. If they play a thing on turn 1, I think I'm just going to plow it. I don't think I can afford to play around days with this hand. We're so choked on mana. And also they mulled a 6, so they're less likely to have stuff like... And they were on the draw, so they're all options of, like, them boarding out dazes for other stuff. They play, like, Grim Lavamancer, I might play around days, just because if our plow doesn't resolve, then we're just so boned. Oh, we just can't even get dazed here. They fetch basic mountain. Deal. We can get forced, but please force that. Should lead with Thalia. They're likely to kill it if they can, and we have second Thalia. And this just, like, gums up the stuff that they're doing super hard. They can, like, spend their whole turn bolting it, or spend their whole turn cantripping or something. Yeah, then we just have another Thalia. And then we have the Stoneforge after that, or, like, Prelate on 1 would be really, really good. Second bolt, alright. This whole plan is paving the way for the Stoneforge Mystic, so I think I find Batterskull here, especially because we just drew the GT. Because if they don't have, like, a third removal spell, then we get them. Could also daze this, but there's no playing around that with our hand. So they force it, sure. Well, now we just need to find a third land. Prelate on 1 or something. Storm Chasers. Scary. Third land is good. They have 1 card left in hand. I think we can just jam Prelate on 1, right? Turn off all of their cantrips and stuff. Turns off our plows and such, but this thing's a very slow clock, and we have GTA. Alternatively, we could put it on, like, 2 to beat Smash, but then we don't beat future bolts and stuff on this Prelate. They still do have, like, a pile of Chain Lightnings and stuff in their deck. I think we're going to put it on 1. I guess putting it on 2 is real dumb, because we can't cast GTA. Forget I said that. Ooh. This is a scary game we're playing now. Notably, my opponent's not that far ahead in the race as it stands. concerned with like Fire Blast. It's like the big card that might get them across the finish line here. Because we can't gain life. Oh, we can actually Flicker Wisp this and gain... Oh, never mind, they're just dead. Cool. That works too. I was gonna Flicker Wisp this and have the option of like gaining 4 or just like killing the Storm Chaser and stuff, but Prowled 1 plus GT plus Mom. Very strong still. 96. Have I played against Blue Red Delver recently? Or like at all? There we go. Once. Now twice. 4-2. We won game 1 and 3 and lost game 2. Yeah, that matchup generally feels really good for Death and Taxes. It's like most of, like, all of your cards have pretty relevant text in that matchup. Your equipment package is really good. They need to have Shatters or else they will just die to them. Like, opponent had Sulfuric Vortex, and, like, they're still gonna die to the GTA because it has 2 other very relevant modes. Sanctum Prelate's nuts because their deck is very 1-drop heavy. Let's keep killing some people. Back to the deck list while we're waiting for this. Think about various ideas. I'm kind of happy with where the list is right now. I kind of still want another Brightling somewhere in the deck, probably in the sideboard, but I don't think you can really afford to play like 3 Crusader and 2 Brightling in the main. So the option is putting it in the sideboard, and my sideboard slots are pretty taxed right now. Oh, we're playing against EW Landon again, like we did on Tuesday. I wonder if he's playing Red-Black Reanimator this time, or if it's bug stuff again. I mean, we're just like never... It's so hard to beat Red-Black game 1 when they're on the play, so it might just be worth keeping this hand because it's like just decent against the field, and this is like effectively the blind. I'm gonna keep it. Now this looks like Red-Black Reanimator. Entomb, Petal, Reanimate. I would consider mulling in the blind and then probably keep. I don't know. Like it's hard because we know we're obviously playing against Eric here. Yeah, Landon guaranteed always has the turn 1, like just actual fact. But all right, we're gonna concede to this because we're just super dead. This hand's not even very good against Red-Black Reanimator. I'm like, I think I have a winning record. Is there a way to check your record against opponents besides just like going through and looking for their individual matches? I think I've beaten him more than I've lost, but I'm not positive on that one. Alright. Why we just board in all these cards except for the Cataclysms? Cool. Cut that. Shave Moms, shave Stoneforge package. Cut Brightling. Cut Crusader. Cut Wisps. Actually, cutting all the Moms makes Wisp just, like, really bad, right? So just having more Crusaders is probably better than having more Wisps. Having the singleton Wisp, you can, like, recruit for it if you want to kind of rebuild your board. Play against Black Red 29. Is this, like, total encompassing data, or is this, like, post-ban? Because I feel like, again, like, you shouldn't be playing against that much Grixis Delver anymore, but... total encompassing. How many times have I played against red-black? If that's the case. 18 pre-ban, 7 post-ban. So 25 times. I'm 5, 11, 16. So 16 and 9. Don't know how many of those were against Landon. I think we can just get better 6 than this. We have a couple. There's a chance that this hand's good enough on the play, right? Actually, because we have Chalice into Prelate, which is actually insane. We're gonna keep this. If this hand doesn't win this game, then I don't think Chalice is like a very good card against Red Black Reanimator. We like Path a turn 1 thing, Chalice on 1 on 2, and then like hopefully Prelate on 2 on 3. Prelate on 2 on 3. Yeah, whatever you guys. Alright, so what we lose to here is Entomb, untap, 2-drop Reanimate spell. Because now we put a Chalice on 1 and turn off our own Path to Exile. But if my opponent doesn't have exactly that, which they probably will, because it's Landon, then we're dead. But if they don't have that, we win. So I think it's worth. Oh shit, they didn't have it. So when they play like Pack Rat, it's like, no, my Path to Exile. Oh, they do have it. They're unmasking themselves first. They have it in spades. They never like don't even have it. They're so far away from not having it. That's insane. Just nothing but 2-drop Reanimate spells. Let's draw Council's Judgment. Not unmask. I guess they didn't know what I was on. Never mind. I was about to say, not unmasking themselves on turn 1 seems super risky against D&T because I could have played Thalia there and prevented them from doing this. Why is Batterskull in the deck? I like in the variations of the deck with Chalice. I usually cut all the moms, and I like having Stoneforge as an option to race some of their like weaker reanimate targets. Like you can Stoneforge for Batterskull and race a like a whatever the Chancellor thing. Flick respond your Chalice to Path the Demon. I mean, that's the plan, but my opponent has just drawn 9 million cards anyway, so. To be fair, this is like a relatively tame hand from Red-Black. This wasn't like the nut, it was just like an activator that they could have had an Entomb or like unmask themselves. And into like any of their 8 2-drop reanimate spells, so. Should like flicker this Chalice and then just gonna like play all their 1-drops. They discarded all their lootings, so. Yeah, flicker my own Chalice. What a good card this is. I mean, that's the only plan of like having a possible win, but my opponent can either just like draw another 7 cards if their current 7 isn't good enough somehow. So we're probably just dead, but yeah. Chalice in this matchup is like not exceptional. I don't think I'm supposed to keep this hand. This keep was definitely an experiment. I said that at the start. This keep is to test like how good Chalice is on the play. I would have never kept that hand on the draw. I'm just like animate dead their Archetype of Endurance. We're gonna die. Yeah, Chalice is fine. It's not bad. Like, I'm still happy I boarded in this card, but I'm saying, like, I'm never keeping this hand on the draw because it's way too slow. It's not an exceptionally good hate card. It's a card that, like, goes well with some of your other hate. Oh, man, we do the Caracas for the Grizzlebrand, too. Now they have Archetype because I flick risk my Chalice. Obviously, you can't play around them doing that. That's life. If we draw Council's Judgment, we're still in this game. I guess I could attack them for 3, right? If we draw another Flicker Wisp, we're actually also still in this game. We could flicker this Animate Dead. I mean, in this game is like pretty relative because my opponent has like 13 cards in their hand and a Grizzlebrand in play, but not guaranteed to lose this game might be a better phrase. But anyway, I don't know if I finished my thought about the Stoneforge and Batterskull still in the deck static, but I kept in 2 Stoneforge, 1 Batterskull because you cut all the moms because they're not good with Chalice and such. Sure. I don't even know what they're casting here. Just hard cast. Oh, they corrected for red. Flashback. Oh. So they wanted a looting, but still have mana up. We could reanimate like another thing. Atlas Norn me, maybe? Ashen Rider, yeah, it's pretty good. It's a good one. Kill my Flicker Wisp so I can't jump block next turn. Still alive if we draw Council's Judgment. I think. Jeez, never mind. My opponent's just going off hard. Therapy me for this path, sure. You could also like therapy me again for the other thing. If they sack the Ash Rider, or if they want to exile something else. You can like exile one of my lands to make sure I can't Councils for lethal, right? No, because then I can actually just Councils the Grizzlebrand, and I can just block this archetype forever. Alright, they're going for that. Unless they I guess they could just have, they do have an Exhume still in hand, so they can just exile like 2 of my lands, so I never get to Councils. I get a Sanctum Prelate back, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, well, they just don't even have the Exhume, they should have a 3rd Animate Dead, sure. So now I can't draw Council's Judgment to answer this. What if we do draw? That'd be hilarious. Oh, right on time. Alright. What are we ferrying out of my opponent's yard before we concede? Get him. Aw, misclicked on the looting. Oh, wow. Shame concede. We're gonna win that one, obviously. Before we just misclicked on that looting. Didn't exile the second looting. But anyway. Yeah, that hand was, I think that hand was keepable. Just based on, like, the raw power that it, like, the potential that it had to win versus mulliganing to one of our 4, like, actually strong, like, turn 2 plays. Or, not actually strong graveyard hate plays in general, being Surgical, Fairy Macabre, 2 Rest in Peace. Why did he keep that hand, though? That hand seems really bad against, like, if I was on, like, a Force of Will deck. Because they had the, they had, like, 3 reanimate spells and a Grizzlebrand. They're banking on finding an Entomb or a discard outlet, and they could use the whatever as backup. The, whatever the discard spell is, totally unmask. My win rate against this deck is 5-3. My game 1 win rate against the deck is 1-7. The game one is just like so impossible to win, but that deck's worst matchup is the sideboard, so the deck is like the most viable like game one deck of the format. They had a lot of tools to beat a lot of stuff, but definitely not that. There were really like other iterations of hands that they hand lost to. I mean, we were never going to be a turn one. That's just life. But I think Chalice is like just a very mediocre card in that matchup. It's good enough to bring in, but I'm not like super happy that it's like in the deck. Although the same can be said for Aethersporn. We're not like missing out on a lot by having Chalice in our deck instead of that like the Aethersporn canonists that are usually there. Because Aethersporn is always a card that you begrudgingly brought in because it was better than some generic beater. This hand sucks. Maybe a Vial and nothing else. Batterskull makes it basically a multi-6 already. I wonder if I'm supposed to keep this on the play. I have like 2 pieces of mana now with Athalia. 5 is a ton of lands though, but also mulling to 5 is a lot. I want to keep this. Fuck. Maybe my opponent's on Storm. Fingers crossed. They just like Thoughtseize me. Actually, I should not have 6. If they Thoughtseize me, I'm probably going to concede. Drop. Ooh. This is a deck. Ooh, that's a draw. That's a draw with 4 lands in my hand. Deal. Ran this into a daze. Next turn I can Wasteland plus Ballista. Ooh, deal. Alright, that's concerning. Not overly so, because we can, like, Wasteland port them. Wasteland Nexus, port this, and this Blight Agent still only deals 1, and then we can follow up with this Ballista. I want to try to get this Ballista to live, if at all possible, because that just, like, solidifies that we win this game. This makes it so they can't cast any non-mutagenic growth spells this turn. Or non-mutagenic, non-creatures. So they can't just like buff up this Blight Agent and murder me because they can't cast a 1-mana spell here to like pump this. They play a land, second Ink Moth, it's obnoxious. We may be forced to just Ballista down this Blighted Agent and then port down this Ink Moth. The following turn? What are they trying to cast here? I imagine it's Mutagenic Growth. It's the only thing you can cast with a Colorless in this deck, right? Oh yeah, Invigorate, duh. I'm dumb. So yeah, we definitely need to just Ballista here, kill this Blight Agent right now. And then hopefully they don't have, like, another land plus second Invigorate for this Ink Moth. Invig, yeah. I'm sorry, I don't play against Infected Legacy. It's not like we had any options there anyway. How many times have I played against Infected Legacy? Like, is this even on the list? Oh, it's on the list once. We played against it once in 145 matches. I'm here to not watch Worlds. I appreciate it, Platinum RPGs. I am also here to not watch Worlds. Shielded down their Blighted Agent at least. I think you just Ballista don't shoot yet, make him have 2 pump spells with Thalia? Maybe? Is that correct? Maybe that is right. I mean, I didn't think about that, but that maybe that's right, because they need exactly another +4/+4, so they would need, like, Invigorate plus land. Oh, no. Because if they hit another land, we're just dead. We're, like, pretty dead, right? Because then they can just play 3rd land, like Might of Old Krosa or something, and still have mana to Invig if I ping it. If I ping it right now, I'm only dead to 2nd Invigorate, and then this is a 1-turn window before we just port down this Inkmoth for the rest of the game. Whereas if I pass this turn right now, they could just have, like, any pump spell plus an Invigorate and kill me. It's Legacy don't play or whatever, +4/+4 spells. they play stuff that pumps their creatures here. 4 Invig, 2 Berserk, 1 to 2 become immense. What are we dead to? I guess we're still dead. No, we're not dead to Berserk. Berserk's +X +O. And 3 Vines. And Vines cost 3 mana to reasonably pump this. They're nowhere near become immense. So what am I trying to figure out if I, like, am dying to something that I don't see. Seeing if this line's valid. I don't hate, like, they do need, like, double pump. I mean, if we're dead to, like, double Invigorate regardless, so. Alright, we'll try Tim's line. Tim is the resident infect expert. And people in chat seem to agree. So. Hold it up, but that's from years of my playing Infect Legacy. So, well, they could also just have Vines and kill me. Wait, hang on. They do just kill me with Vines, right? Because they just Vines first. Now, alright, we're gonna lose the Vines here. I'm gonna be mad. I just realized that we're still dead to just, like, Vines. They just Hexproof their Blight Agent, then Invigorate it. We're, like, dead to Vines plus Invigorate anyway. We have Athalia. But no, lands plus Vines plus Invigorate, sorry. The whole concept was based on, like, them having a 3rd land drop. But they didn't have it, so. We're just dead to Invigorate. Oh yeah, we're dead to Invigorate if we shot now. Well, now we're not going for the opponents that make him have 2 pumps instead of 1. I guess that's not incorrect. Yeah, Exalted makes it more awkward, because can we ever get you to stream 10 fins? If I get a sponsorship, then maybe. So I can just, like, horribly fuck up all those lines. Maybe this works out. Because then if they, like, don't animate the Inkmoth, then we can, like, have 2 Ballista pings. We'll have land number 4 here. Oh, jeez. We also just have GT next turn. We might survive. We might survive yet. Because we can play 2nd port here. And we have the option of, if they don't animate Inkmoth, we can just, like, double pump this Ballista. Or not double pump. We can pump the Ballista once and, like, ping. Otherwise we can, like, port the Nexus and stuff. 7 is a lot of Infect. I'm kind of terrified, but I think I like just planning on pumping this Nexus and then pinging it in response to, like, the Exalted trigger. And then we're still in the same position we were last time, right? We're still dead to, like, pump spell plus Invigorate. But that's life. That's been our life for a while here. Because we can't, like, connect with this GT right now, because we have our Thalia in play, so. Pump and Ping now to give him one less draw at 2 pumps. I guess Pump and Ping now is also fair. Also viable. So we let them attack here. I was supposed to pump down at least, because now they could like do something in response, right? Although it's the same either way, right? No, maybe, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Playing as Infect is hard. But I should have no, because I can't pump at sorcery speed, because then we're softer to the Ink Moth. Alright, I think we win now, because now we can just get GT online. And then we should be fine with GT and Walking Ballista going. I think I may have fumbled my way through this. That's a pretty good one to draw too. Not gonna lie. It's not a bad one. Do I just like jam GT here? Now I'm just second guessing all my plays. They could have like they Vines my Thalia prevent the GT equip. We still have Walking Ballista to protect us. AV3 Dis. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. So we could also just leave up like Plow and a bunch of ports to play it safe. Because we're like pre-insulated right now. This Glistener Elf might actually get. If we like just jump off with this Thalia, it's not a huge deal. That's just the Ink Moths, and the Ink Moths are very mana intensive and can just get ported down. So I can just like play it safe and not jam this GT. But even if they do have Might, they would also need like 2 more pump spells, right? Because they can only attack for 9 here. Not Might, if they have. Yeah, we're just gonna fucking play this, why not? If I lose, I lose. Playing as Infect is hard, and I'm lazy. I have no experience in the match, very little experience in the matchup. So what was the reasoning behind this line, Tim? I got... Oh, they're forcing this. Oh yeah, that's a card that they could have in their deck, huh? Well, now we have Port or Plow up, which is nice. Kind of just forgot that this was going on. So, like, are we giving them one less draw at 2 pumps? Because then, if we do that ping, don't they just have 2 pumps on, like, a Nexus to kill us? If he had Vines, he would have cast it last turn to make you use the second Ballista counter. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, jamming the GT is fine, because we got it forced. No big deal. We should be able to just win with a Walking Ballista. Just ticking it up every turn. And then next turn we can start leaving up Plow and or Port plus taking up Walking Ballista every turn. Then the game should just be over. Ink Moth, sure. So now what do we do? Porting this doesn't seem great, because then they can just... They're not taxed on mana or anything, so they just animate another Ink Moth, right? Use this Ink Moth that I poured to animate the other Ink Moth, attack with that one instead. Cartesian, thanks for the follow. So then they're going to attack with that one, though, and then am I forced to use up this Ballista, or should I try to Swords it? first to see if I can keep my ballista around. I don't hate swordsing it, actually, because keeping this ballista around is pretty relevant. Probably more relevant than keeping a swords in my hand and losing the ballista. So we'll attempt to swords it here. We're still dead to, like, hexproof plus pump spell, but we've been, like, consistently dead to that. Sick, we just get to keep our ballista around. Leave up a port for next turn, and they only have one Nexus left, so this port's way better. Yeah, that's fair. They're definitely upsides and downsides to like most of the plays that we've been making this game. Oh, second agent. Alright, that's obnoxious. Opponent is drawing what they need to try to fight through a ballista. They only have one card in hand, though. Never cast your removal during combat. In fact, when was I supposed to cast it, though? I guess I was at 7, so I actually didn't need to cast it, did I? I was just only going to take 9. The issue was that then they could force my hand the same way they could force my hand anywhere. They just, like, cast a pump spell. And then I can't ping it anymore because it's a 2-2. I'm going to bump this up at sorcery speed. And then just kill the agent right now, I think. They have one card in hand left. Just, like, kill the agent right now. Because this agent could definitely just kill... I could just kill the agent. If they have a hexproof thing, then I actually lose the... I guess I don't lose the ballista. Yeah. I'm going to kill the agent. I think the last card in their hand is a... Oh, no, they can't cast a hexproof card. We have a thought... Duh, I'm an idiot. Ignore me. They can't actually cast a hexproof thing because they don't have one. Removal during combat or no balls. Exactly. You gotta live life on the edge. So I don't port this until they animate it, right? Because I just makes them waste an extra mana. Because they could just, if they have a hexproof thing, they can animate it and then give it hexproof. I think that's how that's supposed to go. We're okay here, unless they have the, like, draw their, like, main deck Viridian Shaman or whatever that thing is. If they have one. What if they have it on stack? Yeah. That is what I intended to do. Yep, they just forces them to waste more mana trying to protect it. Because they'd have to use another mana to animate it, and then like another mana to give it hexproof, so probably not going to work out. We should be fine here now. Any reason to not tap during begin combat? Yeah, because then they could just hexproof it in response, rather than having to waste another mana to animate it and then hexproofing it. I'm snap blocking and glistener off with this Thalia. I will block that. Oh, it's kind of scary, but worst case, the Thalia dies. Even if they have Berserk here, this thing's only 4 power. Oh, actually, hang on. Hey, Berserk is lethal, right? I could stack block, and Berserk's no longer lethal. Well, no, Berserk's not lethal, because Berserk doesn't pump the toughness, never mind. It just still dies with Thalia. We're good. Yeah. I got it. I figured it out, chat. Become Immense. Alright, well, pretty happy trading Thalia for Become Immense, truth be told. I guess I'm supposed to ping this Glistener Elf now, because it can actually attack and threaten me. And then just port their Ink Moth, right? God. The lines against Infect are just, like, so convoluted. Kill Elf, attack. Yeah, or attack then kill Elf, I think, is the actual plan. Gotta... For like the 900th turn in a row, we are still dead to, like, Hexproof spell plus, like, Pump. I think we might. Are we just dead to a Vines here, actually? No, because we have the Ballista for protection. Never mind. So, like, we have an emergency. Oh shit, we're gonna die. Get rid of our best card. But that also requires them having more mana, right? Because they have to put a mana into this, and then we. So if their last card is Vines, I think they can kill my Ballista at the cost of their own Ink Moth. Sylvan. Oh, that's a pretty good one. But it might not be enough. It might just be too slow to beat this Walking Ballista now. Now we can also port their Ink Moth during my turn. Or during their upkeep, I mean. Shit, that's probably a good draw. Do I even want to shoot or something, or do I just want to keep pumping this Ballista? I'm just gonna keep pumping this Ballista, to be truth be told. Yeah, they need a ton of mana to actually do anything. Start pressuring their life total. Yeah, one. Pump Ballista is the answer, always. I am supposed to kill this Hierarch. Maybe. Now we can tap down their Nexus because they're hellbent. Yeah, I'm gonna kill this Hierarch. I don't want to deal with, like, a pump spell, like, blocking this. I'm also, like, burning a ton of time here, because I'm, like, tank on so many decisions. Just desperately trying to win this game one with a Walking Ballista. If we draw another land, we can actually either double pump Ballista or just have, like, double port up for the Nexus. Which is very good. They find the Shaman? Oh shit, they did find the Corruptor. Now we need this Recruiter. Guess that's a punishment for not pinging the Noble, or for pinging the Noble, right? Because now I can't ping their Corruptor. Now I have to figure out what I'm tutoring with this Recruiter of the Guard. First part of game 2 is still really rough, yeah. We'd find like a Stoneforge. Our GTA's already dead though? Shit. What do we even grab? Could we get sort of Fire and Ice Speed at Viridian Corruptor, try to hold down the Ink Moth Nexus with ports? I'm definitely casting this. Step 1. Could you just grab, like, Flicker Wisp? flicker it. It doesn't really do anything. I also tapped really poorly if I wanted to do that, because I'm also playing Mom. SFM into Fire and Ice. Yeah, I kind of like that plan. We have double port to beat down this Nexus, so... It also prevents us from losing to, like, a third Glistener Elf. Or not Glistener Elf, whatever that other guy is. I think I'd rather have double port up for this Nexus to beat it than I would having the Mom in play right now. Still gonna port this thing to make myself feel safe. We're still dead to, like, a Berserk, I think. Just because it just gives it trample and murders us, but that's life. If this port resolves, we might as well port them a second time. Through casting Brainstorm, we should be pretty okay here. I think you still have, like, just any pump spell plus Berserk kills me, I think. They have a 1-turn window to have it with the last 2 cards. Oh, they have Sylvan too. The last, like, 900 cards. Oh, they're like Sylvan Brainstorming. Never a brainstorm on your upkeep, just makes life so much harder. On Moto, it's probably handled very easily, but it's just so much nonsense in paper. Alright, so we're not dead to any one thing right now. If they brainstorm into a Berserk here, what do we have to block with to not die? This thing comes 4 power, so I can just block with the Mystic if they attack. I don't want to double block, then I just, like, lose my whole board to any pump spell and don't get the sword online. Although if they do Berserk, because then I have to cast the sword after that, so I actually lose the ability to port unless I draw another land. Oh, fuck, they are attacking here, which I hate. Oh no, sword plus equip, I still have a port up, so that's fine. So yeah, I'll just block with Stoneforge here. So I don't die to Berserk. Yeah, they only have 1 card in hand right now, which is why I'm not, like, dead to any single card here. It's not good for me. Alright, so now we're dead to Berserk and there's nothing I can do about it. I think. We just play Mom to block this Viridian Corruptor and hope it's enough. I could have moved the sword over to the Mom instead, but then we're, like, much more likely to die to this Ink Moth. They need exactly Berserk to kill me. Which, I mean, they have, like, Brainstorm twice and Sylvan and stuff, so... I mean, it's gonna suck when we tried so hard to win this game. AZ Show, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think we're dead here. Invigorate into Berserk. Just gotta really rub it in there. Yep. Yeah, shit happens. Jeez, yeah, that Sylvan Library was a very good draw for my opponent. And like the creature to prevent my Recruiter from connecting there. There's definitely a chance that I might have actually won if I had played the Mother of Runes first, though. Like the turn before. There were a lot of like really awkward micro decisions that did not turn out in our favor. Also, just like getting this GTA forced way early on was pretty abysmal. Probably too slow. Yeah, these recruiters are just too slow. Relic Quarter is only good with Vile. I guess it eats Sylvan libraries and stuff too, so I'm down for it. We didn't kill the no. Yeah, that's another like just a very small decisions that weren't necessarily wrong, but like didn't pay off in the long term. Yeah, because we just like kill their other infect guy. Don't have to deal with a 2/2. It's just really obnoxious that a 2/2 just has lethal with Berserk all the time. Because we were at exactly 7. The recruiter was good there, but I think often those games are just going to be exceptionally slow. Yeah, cut the Batter Skull. What do I cut after this? Most of the cards seem good now. I guess Crusader's kind of medium. Most of the things can block with Glistener Elf pretty well. And it's mostly about, like, there are more evasive guys. Those are the scary ones. Could probably afford to, like, shave. I wonder if Chalice is even worth it in this matchup. They have a lot of 1s, but they have, like, a decent number of, like, 2s. Chalice on 1 actually turns off, like, all our plows and paths. Maybe Chalice isn't good in this. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know infect lists. I'm so bad at playing against decks that I just don't have any experience against. Berserk, Brainstorm, Crop Rotation, Ponder, Spell Pierce, Vines. Maybe this does actually kind of suck. I mean, Noble and Glistener Elf too, but maybe Chalice does kind of suck. Turning off all my 1-drop removal is like pretty risky. Just submit it like that. That might be wrong. But Chalice doesn't look exceptionally good. You're still like dying to all these Invigorates and Become Immenses that you can't turn off, and now you don't have removal to kill them. I think we probably just keep this and die to their early hands. Stone Forging GTA is very relevant. Awkwardly enough, this Crusader would be way better as a Chalice with this hand. But them's the breaks. Vial into port into. Oops, can't cast that yet. You play land first. Chalice was great against Infect, but they're bringing all their artifact hate for GTA anyway, so it's close. Yeah, but I mean, like, overloading the artifact hate is also a reasonable argument. They don't have a nut hand, it's very hard for them to beat. Well, I mean, your experience is going to be vastly different than a D&T player's experience, though, right, Lomer Boy? Like, you have a bunch of 2-drop removal to interact with their stuff. I don't. All my removal's at 1. So, like, shutting off all my plows and paths is, like, pretty risky, whereas you're not shutting off, like, decays and punishing fires. And we can just slam Thalia here now. Violin Stoneforge. Yeah, punishing fire seems real good in this matchup. If you can survive the first, like, 3 turns of the game. Nothing on 1, or like not a Glistener Elf on 1. It's like kind of a sigh of relief. Means we're just like not horribly dead. Yeah, decay just like being uncounterable. That could definitely be worse. We have a Stoneforge, so glad that got corrupted. Gonna be bummed if we don't hit land drop number 4, though. Yeah, and Chalice on turn 1, obviously, also super relevant with Mox Diamond to turn off like Noble Hierarchs or Glistener Elves on the play or on the draw. Like, on the draw, you turn off more stuff, because you can still run it out before they cast too many things on turn 1. Whereas this is always a turn 2 play if it's in your opener. Well, we really want to draw line number 4 here. Would be real nice. I'm supposed to block this Radiant Corruptor. I'm like super dead if I don't, right? I just block it with Thalia, but then it just dies, right? I could double block, force them to... God, this Noble's going up all my math. Double block, force them to pump. If we don't block this, there's a good chance we just die, right? Invigorate, Invigorate, Invigorate Berserk. Vines, Invigorate, kills us. Just like any 2 pump spells in their deck and we're dead. Really want to get this Crusader down, actually, to stonewall this, but that's life. The issue is that, like, if we block with Thalia, we're still not going to connect with... Actually, no, we can connect with GT next turn. Yeah, never mind, we're blocking like this. Hoping they don't have Invigorate Berserk lethal. Yeah, because we can still play GTA lane equip. If we don't, we can just, like, try again next turn. We can deploy Vile plus Thalia and try to block this thing again. Another Sylvan. Obnoxious. Also not great. If we're just in the business of chump blocking, I might just play second Stoneforge. The Thalia is better long term. I guess if that's the case, I should cast the Stoneforge first, so this doesn't get dazed. Grab our only other equipment. All our Stoneforgers are Squires now. I got nothing, opponent. I'm tapped out. My Val's on 0. I'm going to shove a Stoneforge in front of your Viridian Corruptor and hope it's good enough. That's my whole plan. Because, like, if we draw another white source, not only can we, like, play Crusader and stuff, but at some point we'll be able to get down Thalia plus Crocus to block things that aren't Berserk. Like, to just chump block the Viridian Corruptor and then pick it up with Crocus and stuff. Inkmoth, well, that's horrifying. Don't jump up there, cat. You can't. Don't do it. Lay it out, cat. Damn it. Get out of here. Oh, immediately comes back around, cat. What do you want? Do you want to say hi to the stream? Want to say hi to the stream? Hello. Crop rotation. What are we getting? Wait, oh, they're gonna wasteland me off of mana? That's fair. Hello. Why are you biting me? Probably pretty hosed to this Inkmoth now. Ooh, drew second Caracas. We cast spells at least. Would have been nice to play a Crusader, but also we would have had to like Lotus Petal into it. Also, we can't like play equip GT here. Not that it like matters terribly at this point. My opponent has a bunch of threats. Is the plan now just like port down this Inkmoth and continually chump block this Viridian Corruptor with different things? If I chump block with the Stoneforge, I then take the Vial up to 2, chump block it with a Thalia plus Caracas. Just port down this ink moth so it can't kill me. Might actually be the plan. Cat, what do you want? I don't have time for this. I only have 6.5 minutes on my clock. Cat, I don't have time for this. Alright, nope, come down. Get off. Nope, get your claw out of my shoulder. There we go. Sit there. Calm yourself, cat. Alright, so we're not dead to stuff that isn't Berserk yet. The next turn we can get down with Thalia. I think I just have to block this Radiant Corruptor. The Stoneforge isn't like doing a lot anyway. If we draw a land, we can actually still not cast anything, so our ports are tied up, preventing us from dying to this Nexus. If we draw a Wasteland, we can kill the Nexus, cast Jite, and still have like Thalia plus Caracas. At least it's not another infect thing. It's a 4th land. And then after we block the Thalia, we can then Violent Crusader, then play Equip GTA, and hopefully that's the game. I guess that's our plan. I guess I should actually, like, play fast here. My opponent never finds Berserk anywhere along the way, we're just dead, so that's life. Notably, we could actually, like, they're 2 away from getting lethal by just Crusader plus Sword. If we find, like, if we have a Val on 3 and 5 lands, and if they, like, take another damage off of this Sylvan. Seems like they've been pretty conservative with their Sylvan library, though. So worst comes to worst, if they like try to animate this again, and like give it hexproof or something, we can just port it again, lose this Thalia to the Corruptor. But because then we'll have Crusader next turn to beat the Corruptor. So losing, like, Caracasing this Thalia isn't a huge deal. It's just, we might as well. Because it might help down the line. Like if we draw land number 5, we can deploy Thalia the following turn, still have Caracas up, and still have like a port up for the Ink Moth. So I don't really care if I'm like just chucking 4 different creatures under the bus of this Viridian Corruptor, because eventually we'll get to this Mirran Crusader. Really glad they cooperated for the Wasteland to try to mana screw me. Worked out really well for me. But they don't have like a second Nexus or anything that I have to deal with. Snap off block. We've been dead to Berserk for the past 8 years, so we will continue being dead to Berserk. Like, Berserk plus Pump Spell, obviously, not just Berserk. Alright, we're still alive. Glistener is obnoxious. So we can actually replay Thalia here and still port. We don't need to leave the Crocus up, so we can just take Vial to 3 and just cast Thalia. The pause that they had on the when I like ported the Inkmoth made me a little bit nervous though. Thinking that they just had a way to protect this Inkmoth and then like just 10 me in the air. But nothing we can do about that. Because they have like 2 infect creatures now, we just need a bunch of blockers. Ouch, that hurts. Claim my Vial. That stings. I'm playing like really conservatively and they just like don't have pump spells or something. I think we're just like pretty dead now. Just like cast Crusader, Hail Mary. Hail Mary that they can't lethal me, which I feel like they definitely can with a Sylvan Library and 3 cards in hand, but like what is our other plan? Cast Thalia, keep porting this Inkmoth so we don't die to it, and then we just have to like chump block another Verdant Corruptor. And like Hail Mary this. If you got it, you got it, opponent. There's also a lot of mental fatigue when I play against Infect. I just get like really bored when I'm playing online against it because you have to like not bored. Bored is the right word, but you have to like think so much. It's just like sometimes it's just like fuck it. Let's hope they don't kill me. I have absolutely nothing. You have like any 2 bump spells in your deck, and I die. I'm F6'd. Invigorate, Invigorate, kill me. Yep. Can you stop biting me, cat? Invigorate, become immense, sure, why not? Alright, cool. Yeah, like, our other plan there is just cast Thalia. We still have to keep porting this Inkmoth every turn. It says, GG, mate, great match. It was a great match. I enjoyed it. Nice guy. Nice guy, opponent. Oh god, where's my, Here it is. I scrolled down to Infect eventually. Here it is. 1 match. I continue to be winless against Infect. 0-4 in games. But yeah, that matchup's not great for D&T. Those games are on like the better end of how those end up anyway. Like they're very interactive, a lot of like complex decisions from both players. The second Vial kill like totally threw off my game plan. I think if they hadn't had Nature's Claim, we might have actually had a chance there. Start deploying multiple creatures so we don't have to start throwing every single card under the bus of that Viridian Corruptor. It says hi in chat. These are the type of hands that like I never want to keep. But this hand is very, very good if this Vial resolves. And, like, I don't aggressively keep 1-land Vial hands as much as like maybe I should. I'm gonna keep it, see what happens. This hand is very strong with the Aether Vial in play. We don't have like Stoneforge Mystics or stuff cluttering it up anyway. A game to win. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. There's now a shark on stream. This is now a shark stream. Oh god, are we actually playing Burn? Well, my Vial plan is really bad against Burn. Land, please? Land? Never didn't have it. I'm not gonna block this monster Swift Spear, not in a million years. Yeah. You got it, buddy. Hit me for that 1 damage. That's fine too. I was gonna cast a spell, but now I might actually just leave this Thalia back. I can actually just block the Swift Spear. Because we can Caracas it and stuff. Just wait to Violent something. Or Violent the Thalia afterwards. So they can't attack with both of their things, because then I can just eat the Eidolon. And they can't attack with one of their things, because then I can just chump block the Swift Spear, put my Thalia back into play.
Good morning.
So this forces them to cast a spell. They're just gonna let it die? Wow. The balls. The Stone Cold, like, no upside bluff with that attack. What? Oh man, Beaumont Courier. The old post-combat Beaumont Courier. Deal, I guess. This doesn't seem like an exceptionally good card in my opponent's deck. Second Eidolon. Alright, yep. These are all cards that I will let resolve against my current board. We will happily tick this vial up to 3. I have a Swords to Plowshares that only costs me 4 life, so we're probably just gonna Violent stuff. Just probably Crusaders to block more things for now.
Wait, okay. Is that right?
What up?
Are you doing 1 or 2 leagues?
Just 1. This is my last match right here. The old 4 mana, 4 life Sulfuric Vortex. They're currently not winning the race by a very wide margin, so I don't know what their plan is. Yeah, my opponent has just killed himself to these Eidolons and the Sulfuric Vortex. I literally don't have to do anything for the rest of this game. I'm good. I'm good here, opponent. We're gonna sit. All right, yep. My opponent just concedes. All right. Well, I don't know what. Oh, what's up, Legator? Good to see ya. So I don't know what my opponent's plan was there, but it was not good. And they have Beaumonts in their deck, which is great for me in this matchup because I love cards that don't deal me 3 damage because those are the games you usually lose. Are just the ones where they have enough burn spells to kill you before you like get your shit going. So like the less burn spells, the more like random creatures that we can block, the better. Oh no, shark down. Shark down. Put it back up.
Never chat.
Not anymore, there's not. What else do I cut in this matchup? Revoker sucks. Flicker Wisp is kind of bad. I guess Recruiters actually might be worse. You can't really like recruit any big haymakers in this matchup because you can't recruit Brightling. Sanctum Prelate's okay to recruit, but again, it's very slow. Just cut 1 and 1. Hedge my bets. But yeah, when we played against Blue Red Delver, I talked about how I just kept running into Burn all the time, but then it wasn't Burn. But now we're just actually playing against Burn in Legacy this time around, so I don't know why everyone's on this deck all of a sudden, but I'm fine with it. Also a very high incentive to not be playing red-white right now, so you don't get, like, fucking popped to death. Alright, well, this hand is horrible. This hand is also bad, but possibly keepable on a 6. Is it worth going to 5 in this matchup? Probably not. And we'll keep. And we'll bottom that. I'm actually going to be like pretty hosed by these creatures, but Relic Order is actually good if my opponent just Beaumonts. Less bad. Yeah, it's definitely less bad. That is for sure. We can port on turn 2 instead of playing another Aether Vial. It's not nothing. So Relic Warder can eat a Beaumont Courier or a Eidolon or a Sulfuric Vortex. Yeah, like that one. Just port them next turn, takes a little bit more damage. Probably get this Relic Warder Searing Blazed. Shatter. That's not nice. I would have to take an extra 2 damage to Relic Ward this and temporarily get it out of play. Stoneforge. Not terrible. Can't really afford to cast it yet, though. We just want to take as little damage as possible. I mean, we're already at 9, so... not going super well. Yeah, I mean, like, our keep was, like, very fragile. We were not going to win a lot of games with this hand, I don't think. We kind of needed to draw decently well. I wonder if I'm supposed to block here. Probably not. They might just, like, bolt this Eidolon, or bolt my Relic Warder, attack me for 4. That's probably the better play. Needle. That seems like a card they should not have boarded in. And also, like, is questionable to be in their deck at all. But okay. Just, like, snap name Jite, so they don't lose to it on the spot if I just have, like, 4th land Jite. Aether Pile, that seems not a good choice. I think Battersea is going to be too slow. We can connect with the Jite next turn at least. I'm going to port rather than Jiteing here, I think. Casting Jite. It doesn't matter a whole lot if they like have a Lightning Bolt where we're already super hosed. We have 3 cards in hand. Maybe they're all Pithing Needles. Bolt my face. Alright, sure. Now if like double block, this Jite doesn't do anything. They could also just like have another bolt and kill me. We're actually like totally locked out because they'll have an Eidolon. We could top deck Batterskull, which is funny because I didn't tutor for it, but yeah, but now we're super dead. Alright, go game 3. We had like a very, very medium 6 there, so not surprised we lost that one. We'll have a lot more luck, A, on the play, and B, with just like a better hand. My opponent's deck seems very creature heavy in general, so just having removal spells in the early turn seems to like it can circumvent a lot of damage. Am I frozen? Oh, this is frozen a long time ago. I was even watching this, but no. Doesn't look like we've dropped very many frames. But yeesh. These hands are super dicey. We can't get force though. We have like backup file. We have Jite. We need a white source though. God. This hand is full of a lot of good stuff, but it's really slow, and slow's not where you want to be against burn. I think this hand's much better. This hand is absurdly better than the last one. Maybe I top this land, so turn 3 I can like recruit a Thalia or a Stoneforge. Even though Wasteland is just like very hard to, very unplayable. No, we bottom it. Maybe. There's a chance I top it for like Goblin Guide purposes, I suppose. Oh no! Let's hit a land anyway. Do it. Rip. Revealed a Flicker Wisp. Now we'll plow this Goblin Guide at least. Quit smashing my stuff. Opponent's very rude. Yama Killer, thanks for the host. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sanctum Prelate, not a land. This is very bad for me. Because now we're just not hitting another land drop. Man, it's gonna suck if we lose. If we like 2-3 this league on like back-to-back Mold of Sixes against Burn. Got shipped to viewers from the hosts you've given to me. Yeah, no problem. Try to spread the love. And it's nice because I like stream at a different hour on Fridays than I usually do. So sometimes people that I host a lot are actually like going off at that time. So you can come by. Beaumont Courier, sure. Please just let me draw a white producing land. I'll accept Swords of Plowshares, I guess. It's not good, but we're still at 14. We still want to draw like a land. Let's this attack. Trigger on the stack. All right. These are not land number 3. I don't think we're in very good shape here. Internet trying to load the stream. We're almost done, Army. Stream's almost over. We're in game 3 and we're against Burn. Yeah, our opponent stole all our lands. Being a 12 against Burn is not a great place to be. I'm concerned about searing effects. I might put this prelude on 2 if I ever get there. Big if. Oh shit. Alright, well that's not good for me. Alright, well, recruiting time, because it's the only castable spell in our hand. Am I supposed to recruit Relic Warder as my only answer to Sulfuric Vortex? Stoneforge is just not going to kill them in time. They have 2 cards in hand. Relic Warder and Hope is not like not a terrible plan. I'm gonna go on the nothing but uncastables in our hand. Nice mana base. Yeah. Well, it's a lot of Sulfuric Vortexes my opponent has. It's a race that I don't think we're going to win. Oh, nice. Now we have double white. We just pat this recruiter. Easy peasy. This is gonna like find me the white mana right here too, just to rub it in. Basic planes right off the top. God damn it. Well, we're not dead. We're dead to literally any burn spell from my opponent's deck. And even then, we're just dead next turn because we go to 2 here. Haha, take that. Like, we go to 2 here, we can Relic Warder one of the Sulfuric Vortexes, and then we still die to the second one. Oh, nice. Found all my white mana. You got the stream to work? Just in time to lose. Thanks, Army. You should be good. She's like pretty asleep.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Don't lie to the chat. You've been asleep for like 4 hours at least.
Yeah, because I was up all night with the department partying.
Were you up like literally all night? Did you not sleep at all yesterday?
We went to sleep at like 3 or 4, and we had to
This is just this is discussion for after the stream. The stream's almost over. Because we're literally dead.
Okay, die quick.
Well, we're already dead. We're at 2 life, and there's a sulfuric vortex in play. So.
That explains
Oh,
a lot.
and they have a bolt. Wow, rude. Slow roll much. Burn matchup's good, but sometimes you just like get some clunky 6s. Notably, that wasteland that I like semi-greedily bottomed also didn't really do a whole lot because we were just like missing a second white mana the whole time. So where's Burn on this list? Scroll down. Burn's probably somewhere. I know I played against it once really early on, so it's like near the top for some ungodly reason. Yeah, this is the 5th time I've played against Burn. 6th if you include like the one time I played 5-color humans. Played against Burn again. Wait, what? Fuck up my math here. Yeah, 13 games. Because it was 10 games, 13 games. We won 8, lost 5. Okay, yeah, that works out. So, and yeah, Womp Womp 2-3 from 202. You have Vesuva or Eldrazi Titans. Yeah, I'll answer that. I think the answer is no, but I'll check. We won game 1. Yeah, we won game 1. Lost games 2 and 3. $51. There we go. Everything's all set up. Thanks, Ash9 for the 2 bits. Sorry, Army. I guess she wasn't asleep. But anyway, we're gonna please don't start. We're literally ending the stream right now. I'm gonna go find someone to host. Like as we speak, I'm looking at it, clicking on the Legacy tab of MTG streams. All right, there's only one person streaming Legacy besides me, and that is Tiffany Calandro, streaming some goblins apparently. So anyway, I'm gonna give a real quick end of stream spiel here before you guys can go hang out there. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for the 2 hosts today. I think, was it 2? There's at least 2. Thank you for all the hosts today. Thank you for all the support. It was a fun time. If you want to support the channel some more, if you like the content, you want to see more of it, you can follow, subscribe, or donate. Follows are totally free, help you know when I'm going live, all that stuff. We play a lot of Death and Tags here, so if that's the content you're interested in, you can do that. Subscriptions get you a sweet Dolly emote and a Thraben-themed subscriber badge. You can see in a couple of people in the chat. And donations, I'd be happy to play a D&T deck list through a league that you want to see. Just let me know beforehand. Other than that, you can subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Twitter. YouTube is where all my streams go after they're done going live, so there's a ton more content there if you want to watch a lot of D&T stuff. And Twitter is just where I post when I'm going live, all that jazz. Anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I hope you had a good time. And go watch something that isn't Worlds, because stand with Jerry T. He's a cool guy. Anyway, see you later.